Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. I just wanted to start here on the longer time frame. This is the continuous contract chart. Surely there will be different options and different variants and different wave counts that are possible here, but I just want to use this longer time frame chart to show you the areas of structural support on this chart before we dive into the smaller time frame on the March contract. Soon is then time to go to the April one, but obviously on this chart, I mean, this is an absolute chop, this chart, yeah, absolute choppy, messy, especially the move up here into the 2005 highs at around $15.60, but completely choppy, but it can be counted as either an A wave or a wave one. The move down looks corrective, so could be a wave two or a B wave, okay? So it's either here, I mean, I count it as an ABC structure, so A wave down in a WXYXZ pattern, very messy. Then a B wave in clearly 3 waves, and now pretty much a 5-wave move in a C wave, right? Now the question is it a B wave or a wave 2? Difficult to say. It doesn't matter in the short term anyway, because if we look at this longer time frame chart, the next move up in a C wave could reach the 100% extension. Surely an absolute long-term target, but I mean, we're looking at a maybe even $22. Long-term, I mean, look at how long the wave one. I mean, I don't even have the beginning here because this is just futures, but I mean, it took like, 15 years or something to that high. I don't know if it will take that long, but I mean, we talk about years, okay? So if I tell you a target like that, or let's call it ballpark figure, maybe not target, ballpark figure, it's too far out, but it gives you an idea of where we might be heading and that we're approaching really a long-term low, especially considering here the area on the chart. I mean, significant support here around that 160 level. Yeah, and Natgas tends to turn around at an instant, slightly below it, slightly above it, but it's sort of this area here in which we are. And I mean, really, then if we continue to drop, next support structurally is here sort of in this region all the way down to, it's a bit of a range, obviously, but it's down to $1.44. And then but that, I mean, we talk about 1995, it's a bit ridiculous, but $1.25, and then obviously down there, $1, Do we get to $1? It's crazy, but it's obviously, if we look at the long-term chart, oops, I wanted to add the RSI. I thought I had it already on here. Looking at the RSI, it's pretty much on the 4-day chart. Not quite oversold yet, but we're getting there, right? And typically those previous swing lows, they were, let's say, they were created in an oversold region on the RSI, typically, yeah. So it's something quite interesting. Typically, there was even a bounce. Even if we didn't have a substantial reversal, there was typically a bounce when we had an oversold RSI on the 4-day chart. Daily, it's oversold anyway. That happens a little bit more frequently, but the 4-day is obviously quite relevant. Weekly chart, even more relevant. Here we actually still have a little bit of space. Now, looking at the 4-hour. No, we should do that rather on the March contract then. But what I wanted to show you, see, if we see this was the high, it's a pretty clear 5-wave move to the downside. It's pretty clearly a 5-wave pattern in wave C. So it shouldn't be too long before we, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's the question, how you count this. Could be that we need another 4-5 pattern, which is also what we talk about on the smaller time frame. The question is which wave degree, but yeah, it doesn't look finished yet. But it's looking zoomed out. Yeah, we have 5 waves down, so just the smaller time frame doesn't look finished yet. And if we use the Fibonacci extensions here on this chart, just to get an idea of possible targets, we take the length of waves 1 through 3, go to the high of the 4. And the next level we come up with here is the 61.8 extension. I mean, just looking at levels, because obviously we're about to lose all support levels here. So I highlighted already to you that the next one might be around 145, at least here on the continuous contract chart. And then here, $1.35. Yeah, is the 61.8 extension. And we started to cover, I mean, I started to get away, or started to move away from this continuous contract chart because this structure here looked so different from the actual tradable contracts. But price is now 161, so that we had massive divergences, or prices were absolutely different between the different between the continuous contract chart here and the Natgas, the monthly ones. So, but let's go to the NG. Let's open the chart that we are using at the moment. There you go. So let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, price is 161. So maybe it makes sense to go back at some point here in the next few. Maybe we just go back to that continuous because it's very similar now. Yeah. But yeah, you see we broke below that 161 level. That was the next level to watch. Certainly still, wow, okay. Yeah, some good short trade areas. I remember yesterday in the video we talked about we will probably get one more low. Because we had here, need to go to even the 30-minute chart maybe. See, where were we yesterday? We had this, yeah, we came down. I mentioned to you, okay, we have resistance, another wave 4. Seems like we get another low. Did get another low, but it just doesn't stop, does it? But I just gave you some levels to watch on the larger time frame. And to me, I mean, we have the 5 waves now that I highlighted to you yesterday. Seems like it could still get another tiny low. How come? So for anybody who's new on this channel, obviously it's just like a waterfall here. So it's just coming down. We've been labeling this. So far we haven't called a low in place, which was the right decision. What we need to do is obviously looking at the structure here, and I can only highlight that I think it would still look better with another 4-5 pattern. But the further it drops, the more likely it gets it might do it all in one go. And that we are already in wave 5, and that, this wave 4, which should actually happen, is somewhere hidden in here, which can of course happen. But that's why we're tracking resistances. So only if it now gets above $2.05, I always have to adjust that with the price. Only if we get above $2.05, I have to assume something more bullish is going on, and the low might already be in. But for now, yeah, I would prefer a clearer 4-5 pattern. See, the thing is, we're tracking this. Seems like we're now still in the circle wave 3. A wave 3 is typically the strongest wave. So that makes sense. It looks quite strong. Yeah. And the wave 4 would then be a corrective rally, which is due at some point, but hasn't started yet. And we're looking for clues on the smaller time frames to figure out if a low is in. In the last few days, I shared with you this short trade area, which the market respected nicely. Came down further. It looked like we needed another low. Gave you another resistance area yesterday. Market reacted to it. Now it looks like on the absolute nano level, and I did, by the way, run out of wave degrees. So, I I just introduced a different color here because it's just, yeah, it might be that we get another tiny low here. See, you have another 1, 2, 3. This might be another bear flag and another low. Then we need to be careful that this does not violate Elliott wave rules, because the wave 3 shouldn't be the shortest, but I don't think it is. It's actually a little longer than wave 1. Let's just double check that. Yeah, so we don't need to be concerned about that. So yeah, I think the wave 5 here could get one more low. This is now obviously micro counting. 1, 2, nano counting. 3, 4, 5. See, it could get one more low. And I'm going to add another resistance area. The main purpose of these resistance areas is to figure out when we have a break above resistance, which we're basically now watching for. And that would be our signal that this larger circle wave 4 corrective rally has started. Now, if I'm adding a resistance area now from here, yeah, it should be like that. So it's typically the 50% retracement. If that breaks, it's now at $1.64. Okay, so if that level breaks, might be the first indication that we are in circle wave 4 and circle wave 3 completed. That's really what I can highlight here today. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, then check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.